I've been making videos online about mental health, awareness, recovery, and support for 4 years now. It's been 4 years. Oh my goodness. I get a lot of questions on why won't my friend seek mental health treatment? Why won't my mom seek mental health treatment? Why do I feel so abnormal to seek mental health treatment? Throughout my career online, I found so many different reasons why people do not seek treatment. And today I kind of want to go over those reasons to spread awareness for them and to kind of start the conversation around them, because there's a lot of things that would make it so people don't seek treatment when they need to. And these things need to be changed. These things need to be challenged so these people can get the help that they need. One of the most common reasons why someone will not seek mental health treatment is because they have fear or shame associated with coming out as being mentally ill. Either through their family, that they think their family is going to shame them, or they fear that something will happen if they talk about their mental health. They don't want the discrimination that comes with the mentally ill label. They want to seem normal. And there's a fear and a shame associated with the mentally ill label that shouldn't be there. That's why I have my channel, to spread awareness. That's why I do so much for spreading awareness. So this label isn't filled with shame or fear. It's filled with support, love, and kindness. Lack of awareness. When I was younger, I had no idea what mental health was, mental illness was. The only thing I knew about depression growing up is what I saw through the television. I saw these people were depressed. That made them isolate themselves, extremely suicidal, very bad behaviors. These characters on TV would portray the most stereotypical things of depression. And I believed that. So when I was diagnosed with depression, I thought that my life was over because I was branded with that mentally ill label. And I had no idea about anything with depression or anxiety. That's why I went online and I looked up things about it, because I had no idea. Sometimes people don't seek help because they do not know that they have a problem, because they're not well educated on what mental health is. Raising awareness can really help people understand that they're having a problem, and then they can have that knowledge on where to go get support and where to go get help. Feelings of inadequacy. Some people feel inadequate, that something is wrong with them. They feel like less of a person if they come out and say that they have depression, anxiety, or any other type of mental health disorder. It's seen as a weakness, and they feel abnormal or inadequate if they talk about it. Because they feel inadequate, they often just deal with their emotions by themselves, and they do not seek help with friends, families, or professionals because they don't want to seem less than a person. Being a burden on others. This is very common in teenagers and older adults. People who have mental health disorders, sometimes we feel like we are a burden on our friends, our families, even the doctors that help us. We don't feel like we are worth their time. We don't want our families to spend money on our treatment. We don't want our families, our friends to go out of their way for us because we don't feel like we're worth that. Hopelessness. Mental health makes you feel hopeless, worthless. It puts you into isolation sometimes because our symptoms can get so bad. We don't want to be a burden on others. We don't want our family's attention. We don't feel like we're worth anything. And so hopelessness, like nothing is going to get better, that's something very common as a reason why people do not seek treatment, is because they feel like, what's the point? Treatment's not gonna help. My family and friends aren't gonna help. I'm worthless, I'm useless, I'm hopeless. Afraid. Some people are simply just afraid of admitting to themselves that they have a problem, or admitting to other people that they have a problem. There is an intense fear and intense afraidness because of it. In some cultures, it's not a good idea to talk about your mental health, and that's sad. I live in America. I'm privileged. We have resources galore with mental health services. But even here, it's hard to get someone to reach out for help. But in other cultures, there's no help. There's nothing. Or if you come out and talk about your mental health, it's dangerous even for you and your family. And that's sad that some cultures have to go through that, but it's true. So there is a fear around talking about it, and so people just push it aside like it doesn't matter. Money! I can't go to therapy because I don't have any money. This is very common. In a lot of places, therapy is extremely expensive. For one-on-one therapy, for different types of treatment, it's very expensive. Some insurance companies will not even cover mental health services because they don't think it's necessary. But there are a lot of alternatives to this very expensive therapy. For me, in my personal life, I don't have a lot of money for therapy. I'm a college student, basically broke, don't have a lot of money. I understand the feeling of it's too expensive, so I'm not worth getting help. There are so many great alternatives to get help. If you guys have missed my last video on support groups are very good and very cheap. Some of them are even free. There's also alternatives to therapy where like MFTs or counselors are trying to get their hours at a certain clinic. They're trained, they're okay to help you, but they're cheaper because they're trying to get their hours, or they're even free. So you can go and try to find those in your area. There's also self-help books, workbooks, and just educating yourself online. That's free, available, and it can really help you. Sometimes though, there's no resources available in your area. Resources are a huge factor for people seeking help. If you want to seek help, but there are no resources in your area, it could be a big boundary for you. There are other things you could do besides going to therapy, practicing self-care in your daily time, reading self-help books, educating yourself online. I know it's not a lot and it's not therapy, but it's something, and it's a step in the right direction. And the last thing is severity of symptoms. This is something that has plagued me before in my life, and something that I think I need to work on personally. It's very common to believe that our symptoms aren't bad enough to seek treatment. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just don't feel well. It's okay. A lot of people wait until it's too late to seek treatment. They wait until they're extremely suicidal and they're coming into the ER. That's when they feel like it's time to go and reach out for help, when they're on the brink of killing themselves. This is the reality, people. I'm giving you the reality. People actually do feel this way. If you are struggling right now, I want you to know that there's no shame in reaching out for help. I want you to know that you are not alone in this. There are a lot of people around you who are feeling the same way, and maybe they're even scared to come out and talk about their own mental health. There are services in your area that you can reach out to. If there are no services, try to reach out to a family or a friend. And if there's absolutely no services, there's also self-help books, workbooks, and educating yourself on the internet. There is so much help around you. You are not alone in this. If you would like to educate yourself on mental health, I have a variety of videos on my channel that could help you. So please subscribe, because I make videos every week on mental health. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social media, I also post a lot about mental health on my Twitter, my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram. And if you would like to help the channel out and earn amazing prizes and behind the scenes photos, please think about donating to my Patreon page. It really, truly does help the channel and helps me continue making videos. I love you guys. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.